Hello guys, in this video we shall talk about the rest part of the poem The Solitary Reaper composed by William Wordsworth. Here are the two final stanzas of this poem and let us start. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and I mounted up the hill. The music in my heart I bore long after it was here no more. So, guys, in these lines, the poet says that the girl is singing in her native language. The poet who cannot understand her words wishes to know what she is singing about. Though the poet does not understand the meaning of the girl's song, he is fascinated by its music. The girl went on singing as if her song would never end, whatever the subject matter of her song. She kept on singing as if her song would never finish. She was singing while doing her work. She was singing while she was bending and reaping the corn with her sickle. The poet stood silent, listening to her music. Then he climbed up the hill and could no longer hear the music. Still, in his heart, he heard that music long after his ears were unable to hear it. He carried the music in his memory. Its effect on the poet was great. Its memory became a joy forever for the poet. Uh, he could not know the theme of the girl's song. Uh, he says whatever the word subject matter of her song, she went on singing as if her song would never finish. She was bending and reaping the corn with her sickle. The poet stood silent, listening to her music. Then he climbed up to the hill when the girl stopped her music. Still, his heart was hearing that music long after his ears were unable to hear it. He carried the music in his memory. The effect of the Highland Girls song on Wordsworth was great and long lasting. So, guys, this is the explanation of this poem, and now I want to tell some critical appreciation about this poem. First of all, The Solitary Reaper, this poem is composed in November 1805 and published in 1807. And this is a lyric of race beauty. The Wordsworth's lyric creates a vivid sensation of the song of the reaper. It uses a stanza of 8 lines divided into a quatrain and 2 octosyllabic couplets. The fourth line of each of the 4 stanzas is a trimeter, the line of 3 feet. The octosyllabic lines are predominantly iambic. The poet has used imaginary in this poem. Uh, the stanza first and four, and those of second and third are juxtaposed. One invokes the real word of the reaper with the images of reaping and singing, cutting and binding. Saw her singing and over the sickle bending. There is a melancholy atmosphere in this poem. The poem is remarkable for its melancholy atmosphere and its romantic images. Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far off things and better long ago. This poem is simple also. There is the use of so many images which are not part of our ordinary life and imagination. The poet, however, sings of the ordinary life of a village girl. Beside this, The poem is very musical. The music is chiefly due to the use of open vowels. There are onomatopoeic lines also. This poem has the feeling of universality. After reading this poem, we can know, guys, a feeling of universality, that the similes and metaphors are extraordinary. The nightingale is presented as the bird of the extreme south. The cuckoo, the bird of the extreme north. Arabia stand for the east. The Hebrides for the west. So this poem is universal in its theme or feeling. And finally, we can say the Solitary Reaper shows what excellent poetry Wordsworth could write on a simple theme and in simple language. Wordsworth was to him nature was to him a source of double joy, the joy of seeing or hearing and the joy of remembering. And here the human voice becomes almost a part of nature, becomes one with the scenery and atmosphere of the valley. The poem is an expression of the powerful effect that solitude has on the emotions. It is solitude made vocal. The idea of solitude is stacked over and over again. The poem is one of the most conspicuous example of the new romantic poetry introduced by Wordsworth and Coleridge. It is a poem in which the words suggest more than they mean. They suggest depths that speech cannot plumb, mystery, poignant pathos, haunting, melody, and so many things. So, guys, this is the explanation of this whole poem and some most important things that I have told you. So, guys, thank you.